Hey, what is going on, you guys? My name is Spidey64, and welcome back, everybody, to once again to yet another NASCAR 164 scale diecast review. And here for today's 164 scale diecast review, we're going to be here today, folks, to have a look at and review here today our first 2026 diecast release. So yes, I do realize that there have been some 2026 cars that have already been released and all that good stuff and whatnot have you. I do realize that, but however, though, I just really kind of didn't get any of them because most of them have just been on some Toyotas and some Fords, and in all honesty, like, I don't know, that just kind of really doesn't interest me, if that makes any sort of sense. It probably maybe doesn't. But anyways, though, point of the matter is, though, is that we're going to go off ahead and we are going to have a diecast review here today on Ross Chastain's #1 Busch Light Chevy. And yes, we are getting some of the new Chevrolets in here. And this actually is one of the reasons why I wanted to review this car. I did actually originally plan on getting like an Alex Bowman Ally car, but I don't know if I'll get that one. I'll just have to sort of wait and see. But anyways, though, let's not waste any more time and just get into the diecast review. Oh, by the way, here's a quick look at the new packaging. I don't think I've ever showed you all this here before. I do have an O'Reilly Series box here as well. This is from, who is this from? I think this is from Raja Caruth. But of course, you can see here that the Cup Series has this blue accent going on, or blue, has this like blue label given to it, and then of course O'Reilly has green, which of course obviously because O'Reilly Auto Parts, their main color is green. And then kind of going from there, we also of course obviously then have whatchamacallit here, we also of course obviously have yes, we also of course obviously have the blue for the Cup Series here and all that such and whatnot have you. I really do love the blue box that they gave to the Cup Series. Oh yeah, and O'Reilly has the red, so that's actually pretty cool too. So like I said, O'Reilly has green, Cup has blue, and truck will have red. And people already do have the Jimmy Johnson Carvana truck, and yeah, it looks super nice. So we'll talk about that when we get that diecast here. But of course, it just has the same stuff as normal. 26 Trackhouse down there, Ross Chastain NASCAR Cup Series age 21 plus. Got Ross Chastain number 21 2026 Busch Light Chevrolet. Same stuff on the other side. This is age 21 because this is a beer car. So let's kind of go ahead, and here is a look at the diecast itself. Now, I got this particular car because it's been a while since I've actually just bought, straight up just bought an original, like, just standard Busch Light scheme. Like, no Busch Light Apple or some of the Darlington throwbacks that I've been getting here as of recently, or any of those special Busch Light schemes. I'm trying to look down at my, like, little kind of collection here. I think I really only owned, I don't know, I'm going to have to kind of remind myself how many Ross Chastain diecasts I own here, but at least from 2025. But I haven't really gotten any ones from like just the standard Busch Light scheme. Like just standard, no special car or anything like that. And plus, I just got this particular one just because Ross Chastain's chances of likely winning in this car are kind of low because Trackhouse have kind of stunk this year. God forbid you have like some of the Suarez fans calling Trackhouse, what do they call it? Some kid out there in a sombrero called Trackhouse like some kind of name. I think it was what, Track Sucks or something, or Stink House Racing or something like that. I don't know, but Ross Chastain, of course, obviously this is the standard Busch Light scheme that he is running, and so far as my memory is correct, he did run this, of course, at the Daytona 500, and he did run this scheme also at Michigan just recently as well. And of course, obviously, just kind of going ahead and talk about this car right here. I love it. I really do love the way this Busch Light scheme came out. Of course, obviously, you can see it's a lot more whiter. Previous Busch Light cars have mostly been kind of blue for the most part. And I got to say, the 2025 scheme, I do like that one as well. And if I got to be honest here, I kind of sort of hope Ross Chastain runs egg. I would love to see this car, but in a silver metallic finish to it. Kind of like what they did with Kevin Harvick, because that does match the Busch Light cans more better. Because, yeah, the Busch Light cans are silver and all that such and whatnot have you. But, man, this just looks so, so nice. I imagine he'll probably run this car probably in the chase races as well, if he doesn't make it into the chase, which I don't think he will. But yeah, so again, really nice looking Busch Light scheme, just entirely, like, it just looks so fucking nice, dude. Excuse my language right there, but it just looks so nice. It looks literally so nice right here. I do wish, though, that a Chastain and Trackhouse would just stick with one Busch scheme throughout the whole season. Like, honestly, if we want to talk about NASCAR paint schemes and kind of why they don't feel as iconic here, or maybe as memorable as a lot of people think, I think the problem is because they change a lot of the schemes more often than not. Like, what's it called? Like, Kyle Larson in the Hendrick car scheme, they hardly ever change that car. And that car is kind of becoming a little bit iconic in its own right. I would wish Ross Chastain and Trackhouse, they would stick with, or really Busch Light, they would stick to one scheme and just have that be your default Busch Light scheme. Like, I wouldn't mind if this becomes it, or the 25 version, or maybe even the 24 version, but we'll just have to sort of wait and see. But with that really kind of being said to my mind, let's just go down ahead here and get down to the sponsors. On the windshield banner, we do have Chevrolet and Chastain. It says Busch Light, just big and bold Busch Light right there. I love it. Yeah, I love it. It just says Busch Light right there. Like, this is what Daniel Suarez sees in the back of his rearview mirror and just basically thinks to himself, shit. It says brewed in the USA. Here is the new Chevrolet front end. Now, we are going to go over the changes that they did make, Chevrolet did to the new Camaro design. But you can kind of see, yeah, it does look different, but to the naked eye, though, it just looks like the standard Camaro that we've been used to. Anyways, it has number 1, Trackhouse down there, Sunoco. You got Goodyear right there, NASCAR. Let me see if I can kind of focus on here. It does say NASCAR Cup Series. You do got number 1 right there with the chrome plated number. I love that. Rubber tires. And, of course, this is the metal chassis also, by the way, too. You got Busch Light. You got Jockey down there. Moose. Kubota. Tootsie's. Wendy's. Simeon's. Ross Chastain, number 1 Busch Light. And fun fact about all these sponsors. Ross Chastain has won a race in every one of these single sponsors. He won with Jockey, Coke 600. He won with Moose at Talladega. And, of course, obviously, Moose became a very iconic because of the wall ride. Kubota at Kansas a couple years ago. Has not won with Wendy's. Has not won with Tootsie's. And has not yet... What is with this hair that's, like, sticking onto the car? Maybe that's the reason why Chastain hasn't been winning a lot recently or hasn't been running all that good, because they just got all these hairs on the car. It's just generating more weight. So yeah, Ross Chastain not won in Busch Light, Tootsie's, or Wendy's, but he's got to win in this Busch Light, in the Busch Light scheme here, right? Right? Anyways, I got number 1, it says Busch Light right there. Now on the back windshield, it says Chevrolet right there, which is very interesting. So the driver's name is just in the back, and it just has Chevrolet. That's very interesting. You got Race for the Mountains, and hey, would you look at that? This is Busch Light right there, Chevrolet Z01. Like, look at this. Like, actually, look at this. Like, okay, if you're like taking, like, especially if you're at, like, let's say, like, at Las Vegas or maybe at Daytona, and there's a shot of the car going like this, yeah, you can see the Busch Light logo just from down there. That's cool. You got the same stuff on their side, and of course, like I said, this car's on the base because it's a beer car, and they can't allow kids to drink. They can't allow kids to play with their Ross Chastain Busch cars and such, and whatnot have you. But let's now go ahead and get into the big part of the video here, and that is, let's go ahead and compare the differences between the Chevrolet body between 25. This is the Chevrolet body that they started off with back in the first year of the next gen, and now we have the new Chevy body right here. And as you can see, the new Chevy body seems to drip down a lot more. As, of course, you can see, like, look, it drips down so much. And, of course, you can see the Chevy, the 25 Chevy, it kind of stands up a little bit. This is something that, like, I think Ford did with their Dark Horse, like where the car kind of droops down a little bit and all that such. But the biggest difference that you can kind of make out of here is that, look at this. So look, yeah, you of course can see how with the new Chevy body, the part of the nose right here dips down a little bit. It's not completely straight. Then here's the old Chevy, which droops down. You know, I don't really honestly understand as to why Chevy really changed the body. I kind of understand why, because the Camaro went extinct and such, but you can see like it drips down a little bit more, and it kind of has like, and yeah, it's not completely straight with the grill area. Like, I think there might be a better comparison here. Like, yeah, you can just see the bit of a comparison right there, and I'm trying to see what other parts of the car. Honestly, the front end is the only thing that's really different. But really, other than that, like, when you just look at this, it's really hard to believe that this is a new Chevy body, because it just looks so similar to the original next-gen Chevy body. Yeah, and so far, at least this year, like, honestly, yeah, you could just tell a lot more differences, how, like, the sides are just a lot more in right here. And then the old one, it's not as... yeah, it's not as in, like with these, I don't know what these straps are. I do not know what these parts of the vehicle are. Don't know what this is the part of either. I don't know what that part of the vehicle is. Please tell me in the comments below. But this has not worked out for Chevy's benefit, as so far this year, Chevy has only won with like Suarez, Hocevar, Chase Elliott, and like Shane Van Gisbergen. But other than that, Larson hasn't won. Byron hasn't won. Chastain hasn't even run all that great. So yeah, thanks a lot, Chevy, for changing the body. It still does look nice though, but it just doesn't really, I don't know. It just has not really worked out yet so far this year for Chevy. But with that being said though, guys, that's going to do it here for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching this one. This was a really exciting one that I do want to go ahead and just and do, because yeah, the 2026 Chevys are coming in. We got, of course, some of the Red Bull cars coming in as well. I'm interested to see how those ones come out here. I'm probably going to do one on like Connor Zilich. If SVG isn't running a Red Bull scheme at Sonoma, like the regular Red Bull scheme, they'll probably get the standard edition diecast for that. But other than that, really though, guys, that's going to do it here for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next one, because we are going to be doing something we haven't done in a while, a Truck Series batch review. See you all then, and of course, obviously, drink responsibly. You know, don't be going out and doing dumb things, and while drinking and don't be doing dumb things. You know, drink your Busch Lights at home and not in your car. Protect your melon and all that good stuff. And I am being serious here, by the way, so just please do that. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.